There we are.
And then
there they are, guys.
Obviously, you have to have the desire to be part of the team. It's an all-volunteer team, so we apply, and hopefully we have the professional resume and reputation that is what the team is looking for, to represent over 540,000 men and women on active duty in the Navy Marine Corps. Like I said, we're a cross-section. We're a cross-section of our Navy Marine Corps brethren who are out there on the front lines right now.
So it's a term. How many years does someone get to serve on the Blue?
It depends on what your billet is. We have 130 Blue Angels on the team, 16 officers. 1 through 8 are aviation background. 1 through 7 are all F-18 pilots. I'm an F-18 weapons system officer. And then the 9 through 16, we have our 3 C-130 pilots who fly fat hour. And then we have a professional maintenance officer. We have our own flight surgeon. We have an administrative officer. We have a public affairs officer and a supply officer. And then 115 enlisted men and women that maintain the jets, do administrative duties. So it's quite a large team.
It's an amazing administrative job.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just the flying part, which is incredible, and we'll talk more about that once they arrive, but just putting all of this together in a safe fashion.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really your job.
That's as the events coordinator. Absolutely. So.
Okay, we are now looking at the Blue Angels. They are just approaching our location here.
That is the Delta formation led by Blue Angel number 1, Captain Greg McWhorter. Blue Angel number 2 is Lieutenant Commander Jim Tomazeski. He's on his second year on the team. Blue Angel number 3 is a first-year pilot on the team. It's Major Brent Stevens. He's our Marine Corps representative in the Delta formation. Blue Angel number 4 is Lieutenant Rob Curley. He's on his second year on the team, and as the SWAT pilot, he serves as the training officer. Blue Angel number 5 is Lieutenant Commander Ben Walborn. He's on his third year on the team. And Blue Angel number 6 is Lieutenant C.J. Simonson.
Okay, they are now heading straight for us.
There they are.
And, you know, okay, I maybe should not say anything.
It's going to get loud.
Yay!
Formation of 4 and 2.
And then 1 through 4 are the diamond formation, and what they demonstrate is the precision and finesse flying capabilities that all Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to do.
How close?
18 inches when they fly for the
wing to wing, 18 inches.
Canopy to wingtip separation, that's correct.
Okay, and how low can they fly?
At one point, Blue Angel number 5 will get down to about 50 feet during his sneak pass when he comes by through the middle of the bay.
50 feet.
That's correct. 5-0.
So now you've got the 4 in the diamond formation,
and then 5 and 6 are our solos. So
right, and you got a lead solo and then opposing solo.
Opposing solo, that's correct.
Why is it called opposing? There's a good reason.
The lead solo, obviously, he was number 6 last year.
Yeah.
So he's the experienced, more experienced solo pilot. So what he does is he sets the timing to put them at center point, and then he owns basically the altitude. And then Blue Angel number 6 is the opposing solo, so he'll offset and then set the altitude appropriately so that it looks like they pass each other.
Right. And they literally are in opposition. They look like they're in opposition to each other.
Exactly.
All right, this takes absolute precision. Obviously, you cannot be off by, I mean, we're talking about splitting hairs here.
Absolutely.
Is it all instrument? Is it
no, it's
visual?
For Blue Angel number 1, it's a lot of instrument, but he's looking outside and he's cross-checking to make sure he's at the appropriate airspeed, the appropriate angle of the wing, and the appropriate G on the aircraft. And then 2, 3, and 4 are looking outside of his airplane, and they're flying right off of his wing at 18 inches.
Is there much voice communication going on among them?
Oh, absolutely. It's non-stop communications. We actually have 3 frequencies. We've got the show line frequency that all 6 can talk on, and then the diamond is on their own frequency, and the solos are on their own frequency. So that's the Blue Angel number 1, the boss. He can't move that formation. He can't move his stick in his aircraft until he says it over the radio what he's doing with his aircraft, so that the other pilots can anticipate that and stay in position.
Now, Lieutenant Commander, you mentioned something about G-force. What is the G-force that these
Well, 1G is what we're experiencing right now with Earth's gravity, but our solo pilots, as well as the diamond pilots, they will experience up to 7.5 times the force of gravity on their bodies as they perform some of these maneuvers.
So what do you liken that to? Are there any theme park rides that...
Where'd it go?
I think it's called the gravity.
Oh, there it is.
As a child, it pushes you against the outside of the thing that spins around. That's very similar to the centrifuge that we get trained in, but that's probably 2 to 3 Gs.
That was nice.
Are those pilots wearing G-force suits? Or?
They are not wearing G-suits right now. And the reason that we don't wear G-suits in the F-18 or in the Blue Angels, our fleet F-18s do, but the reason that we do not is in order to fly completely still, the pilots will rest their elbow on their thigh, and that is right where that G-suit will inflate. So as the aircraft experiences G, it will program air into that G-suit. It will inflate, which will in turn move their elbow, and that fulcrum, it could potentially move the stick, and they would have a conflict there.
When we look at these aircraft, they are very, very similar to the kind of FA-18 that you will find on an aircraft carrier with a couple of minor modifications.
Absolutely.
Can you explain what they
certainly.
are?
Every F-18 that we have on the Blue Angels has served in combat. They were operational gray F-18s, and over their service life, they've been deemed that they can no longer land on an aircraft carrier, but they have plenty of flight hours left on them.
It's a lot of pressure when they land on an aircraft carrier.
So everything is tracked. How many times it takes a lot on the airframe. So what they'll do is they'll send it to the we'll have them painted blue. We'll have the gun taken out, and we'll install that smoke that holds the oil to create that smoke trail.
Have the Blue Angels ever been enlisted to actual time combat, or
they have once several decades ago. They were reactivated as an operational unit, but this day and age, we have the assets out there that pulling the Blue Angels back into a combat role.
When we look at this aircraft,
no boat,
and the fact that it is able to hold rock steady in relation to the other aircraft,
no airplane, no boat.
The stick that they use to maneuver these aircraft is different than the kind you would find in a combat aircraft.
That's correct. Another
Alcatraz.
modification on our aircraft. There's a 40-pound spring that has been installed in the cockpit.
Yeah.
It's removable from the stick, so the stick is identical to an F-18
no more.
stick. However, they can reach
what airplanes now?
There,
yeah.
To that stick,
woo!
and it provides them that artificial feedback, so that the curl takes out all the slop for the flight controls, and now they're just holding rock steady on that stick. Even the slightest thought of moving the stick left or right, it creates that turn.
You know, we're talking about mechanics. We are on the ground or looking up into the sky and watching these planes do their maneuvers. There is it's like a ballet. They are a thing of beauty.
It is, and that's what we strive for. It's a 45-minute demonstration of not only the precision of naval aviation, and like I said, also the maximum performance. There's some violent maneuvers out there that demonstrate the maximum performance capabilities.
Landing gear.
But all together, especially once the optics jets join up for the last portion of the demonstration, it's very graceful.
So when you talk about the maximum abilities of this aircraft, specifically, are you talking about
high speed, slow speed, rapid turn rate, turn capability, the entire system the F-18 can do. That is
okay, we've got one of them flying upside down.
Yeah.
Flying upside down and trying to maneuver.
It's very unique. That is referred to as the Fording. Kind of a very neat picture if you get it timed correctly, where it looks like they're in a mirror image formation. Each one is in the carrier landing configuration with the landing gear and the tail up down. So as it comes by, there's that instant snapshot where it looks like both aircraft are sitting on top of each other.
You know, this is the Bay Area. We have environmental concerns, and when you see that smoke trailing,
it's a paraffin-based biodegradable oil. It not only does it add to the aesthetic visual significance of the demonstration, but it's also, more importantly, is a safety concern. Those jets, especially on those opposing maneuvers, they're coming at each other at an excess of 1,000 miles per hour. It's much easier to pick up that aircraft with the large smoke plume coming out behind it, so they can deeply look at each other.
To what extent are their roles interchangeable? Obviously, number one, the lead pilot, as we see here, the boss, as it were.
Whoa.
That is not a changeable role. We have no backup pilots. We do have 7 pilots on the team, but Blue Angel number 7, Lieutenant Dave Tickle over there, he's our narrator. He's narrating the demonstration to the public, as well as he's our advanced pilot and the pilot for the VIPs that will fly to each show site, the media riders and whatnot. But he is not trained to fill in should one of the pilots get
So could, for example, number 4, who is the training leader, could he move into the, let's say, number 3 slot?
Exactly. Blue Angel number 4 was actually Blue Angel number 3 last year.
Okay.
So if Blue Angel number 1 goes down and he can't fly, no one flies. If Blue Angel number 2 or 3 falls out, then
Whoa!
Blue Angel 4 falls out,
Woo!
and they just fly around in the wedge formation with 2 and 3 where they don't fly. And then if either Blue Angels 5 or 6 fall out, now instead of an opposing solo, you just have a single solo.
Okay, it's getting loud again.
It is. That's Blue Angel number